We're going to show you 10 weird places that are part of history. These are not like famous spots you might know. They are unique because of surprising stories or strange events from the past. People can actually go and see these places. Let's dive into the world of the most unusual historic sites you never knew existed. 10. The Witch House in Salem, Massachusetts, is a special place linked to the 1692 Salem witch trials, where many were unfairly accused of witchcraft. This big, spooky-looking house was where Judge Jonathan Corwin lived. He was a judge who decided if people were witches. Some people even thought his own family was involved in witchcraft. A long time ago, people saved the house from being destroyed and turned it into a museum in 1948. Now it shows what life was like for rich people in the 1600s in America. It's the only house left that's directly connected to the Salem witch trials, and anyone can visit. 9. Body, California, is a ghost town from the Gold Rush era, frozen in time in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Back in 1875, it was bustling with gold miners, but by the 1940s, nearly everyone had left. Now, it's kept just as it was as a state historic park and a national historic landmark. What's really cool about Body is all the stuff people left behind, like furniture and even a roulette wheel in the saloon, because it was too hard and expensive to move. These items make Body more than just an empty town. They make it feel like a moment stuck in time, eerie and fascinating for visitors to explore. 8. Franklin Castle in Cleveland, known as one of the city's most haunted houses, has a rich history that dates back to the 1880s when it was built by Hannes Tiedemann, a wealthy businessman from Germany. This grand stone house has seen a lot, from being a home for Tiedemann's family and friends, to hosting German immigrants, and even being a cultural center. Famous people like Judy Garland's husband, Mickey Deans, have owned it, and it's even survived a fire. The ghost stories? They started because 4 of the Tiedemann children died on the property, making people think it's haunted. Now you can even stay overnight in this mysterious and beautiful house that's filled with history, and maybe a few ghosts. 7. The Minuteman Missile National Historic Site in South Dakota offers a unique glimpse into the Cold War era, showing what life was like inside a missile launch center. Back then, over 1,000 Minuteman missiles were hidden across the US, with teams ready to respond to threats at a moment's notice. Despite its critical role, the launch center was a plain and tight space, filled with equipment and everyday items like a vintage coffee pot and old magazines to pass the time. Now preserved as it was in the 1990s, visitors can explore this underground bunker and see firsthand the mix of ordinary life and the extraordinary duties of those who worked there, highlighting a tense period in history. 6. The Stavros Niarchos Foundation Parkway, a historic movie theater in Baltimore built in 1915, has been preserved to look like it did when it was left in 1978, despite a $19 million renovation. This unique choice keeps the theater in a state of arrested decay, showing off its old charm and history. Visitors can see different wallpapers from over the years, adding to its story. The idea was to fix it up enough to be safe, but keep its worn look to share its past with moviegoers. Though it has signs of age like chipped plaster and faded paint, a new marquee adds a touch of the present. Reopened in 2017, the theater now offers films in a setting that's a journey through time, making a movie night here a trip into history. 5. Alcatraz, once a maximum security prison on an island near San Francisco, is now a famous museum. Before it became known as The Rock, from 1934 to 1963, it was home to the Pacific Coast's first lighthouse, a military fort, and later, a military prison. After being occupied by Native Americans in the late 1960s, it opened to the public in 1973 as part of the National Park Service. Famous for housing notorious criminals and being the site of daring escape attempts, Alcatraz attracts many visitors. Despite some damage, the main prison area is well preserved, allowing people to see what life was like for the prisoners. This blend of history makes Alcatraz a unique and intriguing place to visit. 4. The Glore Psychiatric Museum in St. Joseph, Missouri, gives a chilling insight into the history of mental health treatment. Originally State Lunatic Asylum #2, opened in 1874, it showcases how mental illness was once treated with fear and harsh methods. Exhibits include restraining devices, early forms of tranquilizers like clubs, electroshock machines, and even ice picks used for lobotomies. Besides these grim tools, the museum also displays items related to the patient's lives and their ways of coping or expressing themselves. For example, there's a collection of 108,000 cigarette packs saved by a patient hoping to get a new wheelchair for the hospital, and 1,400 metal objects a woman swallowed due to a compulsion. This museum offers a powerful look at the past's brutal treatments and the resilience of the human spirit. 3. Death Valley National Park, on the California-Nevada border, is known for being super hot and dry. Despite its tough environment, in 1994, it was turned into a national park to protect its unique nature and rare creatures. This place isn't just about the desert. It has some cool man-made stuff too, like Marble Bath, a big bathtub full of marbles in the middle of the desert, and Tea Kettle Junction, where people leave tea kettles. Visitors also love exploring old ghost towns and historical spots, like Borax Works from the 1800s and Scotty's Castle, a vacation home from the 1920s. Death Valley is full of surprises, showing there's more to this wasteland than meets the eye. 2. The Ohio State Reformatory, an old prison known for its beautiful Romanesque architecture, has been saved and fixed up by local volunteers. They bought it for just $1 and turned it into a place people can visit. It's famous for being in the movie The Shawshank Redemption, and others like Tango and Cash and Air Force One. Built in 1896, it was first made for young offenders not serious enough for the main penitentiary. Its stunning design was meant to inspire and scare at the same time. Today, it's not just a historical site, but also known for ghost stories, attracting many visitors who are eager to explore its haunted halls on special ghost tours. 1. The Lizzy Bordon House, now a unique bed and breakfast and museum in Fall River, Massachusetts, stands as a chilling reminder of an unsolved mystery from 1892. This was the home of Lizzy Bordon, a 32-year-old Sunday school teacher who lived with her father Andrew, stepmother Abby, and was present during their brutal murders with a hatchet. Despite her acquittal, suspicions about Lizzy's guilt linger. Today, the house invites the curious with well-preserved interiors, original doors, and hardware from the time of the crime, along with artifacts related to the case. Guests can explore the home's eerie past through various tours, including a ghost hunt, offering a glimpse into a story that has fascinated people for over a century. This transformation of a site of tragedy into a place for overnight stays and historical exploration blurs the lines between past and present, fact and fiction, making the Lizzy Bordon House a truly intriguing destination. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing content.